Welcome back, Connect fam. Your girl Stitches here with my gal pal Wendy Morales. And welcome to the Connect Network TV right here on the CW. One of the most empowering episodes yet. So I hope you are ready, Connect fam. Right now, we are going to be joined by entrepreneur, workout enthusiast, author, and life coach. I just love saying her last name, Suzy Bootz. Welcome, Suzy.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the show. So Suzy Bootz, I'm going to be saying Miss Boots throughout the day, if that's okay, throughout the morning. So you have your newest book titled Through the Eyes of Truth. That's an interesting title. Tell us a little bit more about it if you can.
This book was literally my answered prayer. I wrote it after I dropped to my knees one afternoon. I had hit a wall of depression and darkness after my mom had passed away from breast cancer. And one afternoon, I just dropped to my knees and I just said, God, I need you to show me my truth. And the most miraculous thing happened. I had my eyes closed and I'm kneeling on my cold tile in my kitchen alone, just sobbing. And I had my eyes closed and I saw the word right, as if it was against a black chalkboard with white chalk. And it startled me. And I opened my eyes again, and it's like so vivid because it was such an amazing moment. So again, I asked God, I said, God, show me my truth. And I saw the same word, right. The most amazing feeling of love I can even describe as love. It was the most pure, emotion-driven feeling just came pouring over me from the top of my head through every single cell of my body. And I had never experienced anything like that in my entire life. And as I sat there and I just felt this warm blanket of love cover every inch of my soul, I just knew this was God. And this book literally changed my life. It changed my perspective of my relationship with God. It changed my perspective with my relationship with myself, with my goals, and with the world around me.
Suzy, thank you for sharing such a lovely story and how it all came to light. And I love that you took something that could have turned into something negative and you made it into something really positive and beautiful. And you speak of God a lot. And I know that you do a lot of work surrounding helping people build connections with God. So share with us, what is the first step that we could take or that our viewers could take in building that connection?
The most important thing that you can do is to realize that that source of miracle lies within you. So start there. Start asking God, and most importantly, start to listen. So the first and most important thing to do is to go within, ask God, and then listen. And then when you get that God whisper, that intuition and that gut feeling, act on it and start creating that goal, because it means it's already very much a possibility.
That is so good. It is awesome, Stitches. You're right. And I love that when you hear that little voice telling you it's go time. And share with us also, at what point in your career did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
It's interesting because I didn't make the decision. God made the decision. I had 17 years of sales experience in media. I sold air for a living. So what you're breathing, I could have sold for $450. And after I just felt that something was changing in my life, then I felt the shift. And I made great money. I had a really great career, but I defined myself through that career. But I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel like I had purpose. And when we moved to Dallas, I couldn't find a job in my career. And it's then when I started to talk to God and deepen my relationship, and I suddenly became an author, a life coach, and a pageant coach. And my life has been absolutely remarkable ever since.
I love that. You have such a pleasantness about you, and it's just very nice to listen to. If you want somebody who can sell air on your team, honey, hi, tap you in. So let's talk about your coaching, though, if we can, Suzy. What products and services do you offer at your coaching agency that you can share with our Connect fam?
Well, I have my books that I have very much accessible through my website at suzyboots.com. And I also decided to download and offer the free download of Through the Eyes of Truth. I created an audiobook. So you can visit my website and download it for free and start creating your own amazing life. But I not only have my books, but I also do one-on-one coaching, whether through Zoom or FaceTime or even just sitting in front of you. And I help you no matter what your goal is, whether it's to start a new career path, whether it's to create a new dream, is I help you connect with that goal and realize the only difference is your actions and your belief system. And we start working backwards from there.
Awesome.
I'd love to hear how your services help your clients achieve their goals, and how do you stand out as a life coach?
I think that one thing I offer is I have made some incredible strides in my life through either the power of free will or the power of faith. And I learn to teach people the lessons that I have applied in my own life. So I create my miracles. I create my life of joy, my goals, and I show people how to do it the way I did it. And I know the fears that they walk through. I know those lack of faith moments where you wonder if that vision God shows you is real or if you're just making it up. And I can step you out of that fear. And also to help you realize that the only thing that separates you from your goal is the perception of time and lack. So we shift your perspective because you can't think about love and fear at the same time. So I help you shift your mindset to already understanding that you have that in your life right now. And what does it look like? So start there.
Awesome. And I got to ask you before you go, um, Suzy, one, I appreciate your boldness in just sharing your faith and your love for the Lord and sharing your experience. I know it's going to help someone else. Before you go, can you please tell us, though, what advice would you give to those who are maybe trying to manifest their goals and desires? Like, how can they attain or manifest at the highest goals, or their highest goals, rather?
I always say that there's faith and there's tangible faith. And tangible faith to me is looking at your life saying, okay, if you ask God for something, are you sitting back waiting for God to give it to you, or are you creating it as if you are the co-creator in your life? So the best advice I can give you is realize today that beyond this physicality, beyond who you are and what you look like, you're pure energy. And the experience you're trying to connect to is also pure energy. So when you go within and align with already having that with the emotions and those thoughts of what it looks like in your life, then you can begin to create action steps in the physical world that's going to support that.
Where can our viewers connect with you and learn more about your book and your services and how to work with you, Suzy? I'm sure they would love to hear more on that.
Well, you can visit my website at suzyboots.com, or I'm also on social media. You can find me on Instagram at Real Suzy Bootz. And I also have a podcast. It's Suzy Bootz Inspiration Podcast. So there's a lot of different ways for you to become inspired, but you are absolutely welcome to reach out to me through my website or email me as well.
Very awesome. Just as Stitches mentioned, just speaking, you just bring this calmness, and I can't wait to tune into your podcast. So thank you again for speaking with us today, Suzy. We've we're honored to have you here with us on the show today. So stay tuned, Connect fam. We are coming back with some financial empowerment tips from the professor herself, Oyinka Coakley.